A table by the window, bathed in morning light, the kind of place where time slows down and everything feels right. A book rests quietly beside me, its pages open wide, while sunlight paints the wooden floor in patterns soft and bright. Outside the trees are swaying, inside the room is warm, and for a little while today I feel completely calm. A table by the window, that's all I really need. A little light, a little time, a place to sit and breathe. A table by the window, watching the world go by. Clouds drifting over rooftops, across an endless sky. The coffee cools beside me, the morning carries on. The city writes its story like a slow and gentle song. Nothing asked for anything, nothing rushes me away, and somehow that's enough to make this a beautiful day. A table by the window where sunlight likes to stay, turning simple little moments into memories one day. A table by the window and a peaceful state of mind, the kind of happiness we find when we stop trying to find. The breeze moves softly, the shadows turn, and morning smiles again. Morning slips between the buildings like a river made of gold, filling every quiet corner, chasing away the cold. The streets below are waking slowly, cars move softly through the light. The city stretches toward the sky, leaving behind the night. distant window catches sunlight, like a star that stayed too long. And somewhere in the morning air, a new day starts its song. Morning between the buildings, golden shadows on the ground. The city hums a gentle melody without a single sound. Morning between the buildings, everything begins again, wrapped in light and possibility, like an old familiar friend. People cross the little streets, carrying dreams and paper cups. The bakery opens down the block and sends warm greetings up. Clouds drift slowly overhead, like thoughts too peaceful to explain. And every rooftop seems to glow after the night's soft rain. Morning between the buildings, the sunlight finds its way into every hidden corner of an ordinary day. Morning between the buildings, a beautiful scene unfolds, turning everyday moments into quiet gold. The city breeze, the sky turns blue, and the morning settles in. Across the rooftop, sunlight runs like liquid gold beneath the sun, touching every chimney top before the city fully wakes. 1,000 windows catch the light, reflecting pieces of the sky. And for a moment all the town feels stitched together by the dawn. The air is cool, the streets are calm, the trees are swaying in the park. And somewhere far beyond the buildings, a bird begins to sing. Across the rooftops, morning slowly arrives, painting silver into gold and bringing colors back to life. Across the rooftops, a brand new day unfolds, carried on the wings of light, and stories yet untold. The bakery lights begin to glow, The newspaper stand opens below. A bicycle rolls down the lane, following familiar roads. Clouds drift lazily above, like thoughts with nowhere else to be. And somehow watching all of this feels like a kind of therapy. Some mornings don't change the world, they simply remind us how beautiful it already is. Across the rooftops, the sunlight finds its way to every little hidden corner of an ordinary day. Across the rooftops, hope arrives once more, not loudly, but gently, like it's done before. The city wakes, the sky turns blue, and the morning settles in. Beyond the window, morning glows. Upon the streets I've come to know, the rooftops catch the rising sun as another day begins. A distant church bell softly rings. The breeze moves lightly through the trees, and every corner of the town feels wrapped in golden peace. The world looks different from up here, not smaller, only clearer somehow. The things that worried me last night feel far away now. From the view from here, everything seems alright. The streets below, the open sky, the gentle morning light. From the view from here, life moves beautifully, one little moment at a time, exactly as it should be. A train appears beyond the hill, moving slowly through the dawn, like a story finding its way to where it belongs. The cafe fills fills with quiet voices. The scent of coffee drifts around, and every little ordinary thing feels sacred somehow. The world is not asking for perfection, only presence, only this moment, only now. From the view from here, the day unfolds with grace, and every beam of morning light finds its perfect place. From the view from here, I finally understand the beauty I was searching for was already where I stand. The sunlight lingers, the city breeze, and the morning carries on. Light through the glass falls softly on the room, touching books and empty pages like flowers coming into bloom. The city hums beyond the window, gentle as a distant song. And for a little while today, I feel exactly where I belong. The morning carries simple things, a breeze, a shadow, a passing cloud, and somehow in their quiet way, they say enough. Light through the glass, turning ordinary into gold, painting little moments into memories to hold. Light through the glass, warm upon my hands, making everything feel softer without demanding plans. The trees are moving with the wind, like dancers in a slow parade. The rooftops shimmer underneath, the sunlight gently laid. A cup of coffee cools nearby, the hours drift without a sound, and every little piece of life feels beautifully unbound. Maybe happiness is not a destination, maybe it's this light finding its way through the window every single morning without fail. Light through the glass, and a sky so clear and wide, the world feels less complicated with the morning by my side. Light through the glass, and a peaceful state of mind, leaving yesterday behind. One gentle ray at a time. unfolds in gold. The chair beside the window waits, just where the morning always stays. A patch of sunlight on the floor, like a friend I've met before. The rooftops glow beneath the sky as little clouds go drifting by. And somewhere in the waking town, a quiet day begins. The world beyond the glass moves on, while I remain a little while, watching light and shadow dance across the avenue. From this window seat, the world looks kind and slow. Every street and every rooftop wears a gentle glow. From this window seat, the morning feels complete, with sunlight on the table and peace beneath my feet. A bicycle rolls down below, following roads it seems to know. The flowers near the corner store bloom like they've bloomed before. A page turns softly in a book, and I forget to check the clock, because this little hour feels like a place outside of time. There are days that ask for answers and days that ask for speed, but this morning asks for nothing except that I believe in sunlight, in stillness, in the beauty passing through. From this window seat, the city sings below, and every little ordinary thing feels beautiful to know. From this window seat, I find what I was seeking: a quiet heart, a peaceful view, and the light of morning speaking. The sunlight lingers, the clouds drift by, and somewhere in the distance, another beautiful day begins. gathers on the floor near the chair beside the door. A quiet breeze comes drifting through, carrying a hint of blue. The city moves at its own pace, morning light on every face. A distant train, a passing car, small reminders of where we are. The world feels soft beyond the glass as little moments wander past, and all at once the day unfolds like a story being told. By the window today, watching the morning go by, clouds floating over the rooftops across a wide open sky. By the window today, nothing more I need to do, just sitting with the sunlight and a peaceful view. Flowers sway beside the street, keeping rhythm with the breeze. A bicycle rolls slowly past without a need to move too fast. The pages of a book lie still, resting on the windowsill, waiting for another hour to gently come around. No hurry in the air today, no reason to look away, because every little thing I see feels exactly where it should be. By the window today, watching the morning go by, clouds floating over the rooftops across the wide open sky. By the window today, nothing more I need to do, just sitting with the sunlight and a peaceful view. Some days arrive like quiet music, playing low and warm, not asking to be noticed, only asking to be heard. And maybe that's enough. By the window today, the city shines below. The sunlight paints the tables with its golden glow. By the window today, the hours drift like a tune, and everything feels lighter beneath the afternoon. The breeze moves softly, the shadows turn, the morning fades from view, and somewhere in the simple things, a little joy shines through. Morning light upon the avenue, painting everything brand new. A bicycle rolls down the lane after last night's gentle rain. People pass with sleepy smiles, taking life a little while. The city stretches, breathes and sighs beneath the pale blue sky. The cafe door is open wide, warm reflections shine inside. And somewhere through the quiet air, a melody appears. On this slow morning street, life feels easy, life feels sweet. The sunlight falls between the trees, dancing softly with the breeze. On this slow morning street, nothing rushes, nothing leaves. For a little while today, the world moves peacefully. A newspaper upon a chair, coffee floating through the air. A page is turning by the glass as another cloud drifts past. Flowers blooming near the sign, keeping perfect patient time. Without a hurry in their way, they simply greet the day. The clock keeps moving quietly, but no one seems to mind, because this little corner of the world feels perfectly alive. On this slow morning street, life feels easy, life feels sweet. The sunlight falls between the trees, dancing softly with the breeze. On this slow morning street, nothing rushes, nothing leaves. For a little while today, the world moves peacefully. There are places in our lives that ask for nothing in return, only that we sit a while and let the morning turn golden into brighter gold as the hours gently flow. On this slow morning street, every moment feels complete. The city hums its quiet tune beneath the warmth of early June. On this slow morning street, a little happiness repeats, like a song you've always known, waiting softly in the breeze. The sunlight lingers, the shadows fade, the morning carries on. And somewhere down the street, another beautiful day begins. Sunlight on the table, a quiet start to the day. The city moving slowly as the shadows fade away. A page waits in a notebook, a story yet to come. The morning hums a melody, soft as the rising sun. Outside the world is waking, inside the room is still. And for a little while, everything gentle glow. Nothing special happening, nowhere I need to go. Sunlight on the table and time moving slow. Sometimes that's all I need to let my spirit grow. The breeze slips through the window, carrying the scent of spring. The trees dance in the distance without needing anything. The hours stretch before me like an open country road, and every little moment feels lighter than before. The smile from across the cafe, a song playing low, small pieces of happiness only mornings seem to know. Sunlight on the table, a warm and gentle glow. Nothing special happening, nowhere I need to go. Sunlight on the table and time moving slow. Sometimes that's all I need to let my spirit grow. The world will keep on turning, the afternoon will come, but right now there is beauty in simply being one with the light, with the silence, with the day just as it is. Sunlight on the table, the morning drifting by, clouds floating through the blue of an endless sky. Sunlight on the table and peace inside my soul. Sometimes the smallest moments make us feel whole. The sunlight lingers softly. The city starts to shine. And somewhere in the quiet, everything aligns. Morning settles on the rooftops like a blanket made of gold. The shadows slowly drift away as the sunlight takes hold. A gentle breeze through open windows carries whispers from the trees, and somewhere in the waking distance, life begins with ease. The sky is painted soft and white, a canvas brushed in blue, and every little thing around me feels somehow brand new. I know this hour won't remain That's why I love it more. Stay a little longer, beautiful morning light. Rest a little deeper in these quiet eyes. Stay a little longer before you drift away. Let me hold this feeling just a little more today. The city hums a distant melody, low and warm and slow. A flower turns toward the sunshine without needing to know. The pages of an open notebook wait without a sound, like they understand some stories need time to be found. Nothing asks for anything, nothing needs to prove. And somehow in this gentle stillness my heart begins to move. Maybe the most precious things are the ones that cannot stay. Stay a little longer, beautiful morning light. Rest a little deeper in these quiet eyes. Stay a little longer before you drift away. Let me hold this feeling just a little more today. One day I'll remember this, the softness of the room, the peaceful sky beyond the glass, the flowers coming into bloom. And more than all the details or the places that I've known, I'll remember how this morning felt, like I was finally home. Stay a little longer, golden morning glow. There are things I want to tell you before it's time to go. Stay a little longer, and if you cannot stay, leave a little piece of your light to carry through my days. The sunlight climbs, the city sings, the morning starts to fade. But somewhere in my heart, its warmth remains. A ribbon of light across the floor moves slowly toward the door. The rooftops shimmer in the dawn as another day is born. The trees are swaying in the breeze, their shadows dancing lazily. And somewhere in the waking town, a bell begins to ring. The sky unfolds in shades of blue, so wide, so calm, so true. And for a while the world feels far, like a dream beyond the view. Nothing spoke, nothing asked, Yet somehow I felt understood. Maybe it's the quiet things, the sunlight on the wall, the drifting clouds above the town, the sparrow's morning call. Maybe it's the quiet things that teach the heart to see how beautiful an ordinary day can really be. A page turns softly in the wind, a story waiting to begin. The flowers near the corner street bow gently as people pass. The city finds its rhythm slow, like an old familiar song. And every step, every sound feels like it belongs. I watch the morning carry on without needing to be more. And somehow that simplicity feels richer than before. The world didn't change, but the way I saw it did. Maybe it's the quiet things, the sunlight on the wall, the drifting clouds above the town, the sparrow's morning call. Maybe it's the quiet things that teach the heart to see how beautiful an ordinary day can really be. I used to think that meaning lived in distant places far away, beyond the next achievement, beyond another day. But now I think it waits for us in moments small and bright, hidden inside simple mornings, wrapped in gentle light. Maybe it's the quiet things, the warmth that fills the room, the peaceful sky beyond the glass, the flowers coming into bloom. Maybe it's the quiet things that stay with us the longest, turning passing mornings into lifelong memories. The sunlight climbs, the city sings, the day begins to rise. And somewhere in the quiet things, a grateful heart arrives. Lights spill softly through the room, across the floor in shades of gold. The coffee waits beside the window, sending warmth into the cold. The city stretches toward the day, with sleepy streets and quiet sounds. And somewhere in the morning air, a sense of peace is found. Nothing special fills the sky, no miracle, no grand surprise. Yet somehow every little thing feels brighter to my eyes. Maybe beauty was always here. I just slowed down enough to see. Everything seems a little more beautiful today. The rooftops, the trees, the clouds that drift away. The sunlight on the table, the warmth upon my face. Everything seems a little more beautiful today, and I don't need a reason why. Sometimes happiness arrives like morning light across the sky. A flower blooms beside the road without a need to be admired. A bicycle rolls through the square, keeping rhythm with the breeze. The notebook opens to a page, still waiting for its story. And somehow that unfinished space feels full of possibility. I watch the world continue on without a hurry of its own. And for a little while I feel completely at home. The best days rarely announce themselves, they simply arrive. Everything seems a little more beautiful today. The rooftops, the trees, the clouds that drift away. The sunlight on the table, the warmth upon my face. Everything seems a little more beautiful today, and I don't need a reason why. Sometimes happiness arrives like morning light across the sky. One day this morning will be gone like every morning before, but maybe that's what makes it shine a little brighter than before. A fleeting gift, a passing song, a moment borrowed from time that somehow leaves its golden trace long after goodbye. Everything seems a little more beautiful today. The open sky, the waking town, the coffee cooling in my hands, the sunlight settling down. Everything seems a little more beautiful today, and maybe that's enough for me to carry this feeling into tomorrow like a cherished memory. The coffee cools, the sunlight climbs, the city starts to sing, and somewhere inside this quiet morning, joy grows its wings. Sunlight resting on the windowsill, painting quiet patterns on the wall. Coffee steam rising slowly upward, like it has nowhere else to go. The rooftops wear a golden glow, The trees are swaying down below, and every little sound outside feels distant and kind. An open notebook on the table, a page that's waiting patiently for thoughts that haven't yet arrived to find their way to me. The world feels different somehow, not because it changed, but because I did. Everything looks softer in the light. The streets, the sky, the passing time. The worries that were loud last night fade gently with the sunrise. Everything looks softer in the light, like the world is taking a breath. And for a little while, there's nothing left to chase. A bicycle glides through the square, the bakery opens to the air. The scent of bread drifts through the morning, like a memory I forgot. The flowers by the cafe door bloom quietly like they always do, never asking for attention, still beautiful to view. The city keeps becoming itself, one peaceful moment at a time. And somehow watching all of it makes my heart feel light. Maybe peace isn't a destination, maybe it's a way of seeing. Yeah, everything looks softer in the light. The streets, the sky, the passing time. The worries that were loud last night fade gently with the sunrise. Everything looks softer in the light, like the world is taking a breath. And for a little while, there's nothing left to chase. Years from now, I may not remember what I planned to do today, but I'll remember how the sunlight danced across the table where I stayed. The warmth of coffee in my hands, the quiet song beyond the glass, and the feeling that life was beautiful, exactly as it was. Everything looks softer in the light. The dreams, the roads, the open sky, even the parts of me uncertain feel alright this time. Everything looks softer in the light, and maybe that's enough to turn an ordinary morning into something I will love. The coffee cools, the sunlight moves, the city starts to sing, and somewhere in the gentle light, my heart grows still. My heart grows still. The morning settles softly down upon the rooftops of the town. A golden light across the street, a quiet rhythm, calm and sweet. The coffee waits beside my hand, the the same old chair, the same old plan. Yet something in the air today feels different somehow. The clouds are drifting slow and free beyond the branches of the trees, and for a moment I can see the beauty in between. Nothing changed overnight, yet my heart feels lighter. Maybe everything is alright, maybe this is enough. This morning light upon the table and this slowly waking world. Maybe everything is alright, more than I ever knew. The sky is blue, the coffee's warm, and hope is shining through. The bakery opens down the road, its windows glowing soft and gold. A bicycle hums through the square, carrying stories everywhere. The flowers by the cafe door bloom like they've bloomed 1,000 times before, without a worry for tomorrow, without a need to know. The notebook rests upon my lap, filled with dreams and little maps, some unfinished, some unclear, yet none of them feel far. Maybe peace arrives when we stop looking for it. Maybe everything is alright, maybe this is enough. This morning light upon the table in this slowly waking world. Maybe everything is alright, more than I ever knew. The sky is blue, the coffee's warm, and hope is shining through. I used to think that happiness would arrive with perfect timing, like a train pulling into the station exactly when I needed it. But now I think it comes quietly, in moments just like this, wrapped in sunlight and hidden inside ordinary things. Maybe everything is alright, maybe life is unfolding well, even when I cannot see the ending, even when I cannot tell. Maybe everything is alright as the morning fills the room, and every little beam of light chases away the gloom. The coffee cools, the sunlight stays, the city starts to sing, and for a little while the whole world feels at peace. The sunlight falls across the room in in quiet shades of gold and cream. The coffee waits beside my chair like a familiar dream. The city moves beyond the glass, slowly finding its own way. And for the first time in a while, I don't feel the need to chase. The flowers bloom without a plan. The clouds drift where the wind decides. And somehow in their gentle grace, I find a little peace inside. Maybe life was never meant to be perfect all the time, and that's good enough for today. This sunlight and this coffee cup, this open sky above the city, and the feeling of enough. It's good enough for today. These little moments passing through, because happiness doesn't always arrive. Sometimes it quietly blooms. The notebook lies upon the table, filled with dreams not finished yet. Some still waiting for their season, some I haven't met. The future stretches far away, beyond the rooftops and the trees, but it doesn't feel so urgent now, carried by the breeze. A bicycle hums down the street, the bakery opens up its doors, and every ordinary detail feels worth remembering for. I spent so long trying to arrive, I forgot to enjoy the view. And that's good enough for today. The sunlight and this coffee cup, this open sky above the city, and the feeling of enough. It's good enough for today. These little moments passing through, because happiness doesn't always arrive. Sometimes it quietly blooms. There will still be dreams to follow, roads to walk, and things to learn. But maybe peace is understanding that not every page needs to turn. Some chapters ask us simply to sit beside the light and let an ordinary morning make everything alright. And that's good enough for today. The warmth upon the wooden floor, the quiet song the city sings, and asking nothing more. It's good enough for today, and somehow that feels true, because the life I keep searching for keeps appearing in the view. The coffee cools, the sunlight stays, the city starts to sing, and for one beautiful morning, everything is enough. The city hasn't found its voice, streets are resting quietly. A silver blue horizon glows beneath the sleeping sky. The coffee steams beside the glass. The room is wrapped in golden calm, and all the clocks seem hesitant to hurry through the dawn. The trees are swaying softly now, like they're protecting something small, a secret only mornings know before the day begins. This hour belongs to no one, and somehow that makes it mine. Before the world wakes up, before the noise arrives, there's a little piece of heaven here, in the stillness and the light. Before the world wakes up, before the day takes flight, I sit beside the window and watch the morning rise. A notebook waits upon the table, empty as the open sky. No expectations, no demands, just space enough to dream. The bakery lights appear below, a warm glow in the quiet street. The scent of bread and coffee drift like memories in the breeze. And for a while I don't need answers, I don't need to understand. The beauty of this little hour is simply that it is. The world will ask for many things, but not quite yet. Before the world wakes up, before the noise arrives, there's a little piece of heaven here, in the stillness and the light. Before the world wakes up, before the day takes flight, I sit beside the window and watch the morning rise. One day I may forget what I planned to do today, but I'll remember how this moment felt, the calm before the waves, the sunlight slowly climbing walls, the quiet rhythm of my breath, the feeling that for one sweet hour everything was enough. Before the world wakes up, I find myself again among the coffee cups and dreams, and sunlight settling in. Before the world wakes up, the morning softly proves that happiness is often found in the hours no one sees. Coffee cools, the sky turns gold, the city starts to sing, and slowly the world awakens, but the peace remains in city wakes in gold today as sunlight spills across the streets. Every rooftop, every window glowing softly in the heat. The river mirrors morning light like a ribbon through the town. And all the colors of the day slowly gather round. 1,000 little stories start behind apartment doors, and somewhere coffee starts to brew like 1,000 times before. The city wakes in gold beneath a brightening sky. Every corner filled with wonder as the morning passes by. The city wakes in gold and everything feels new, as if the light remembered exactly what to do. Some mornings arrive quietly, yet somehow change the way we see the world we've known all along. The city wakes in gold, and hope arrives with it, not loudly, not suddenly, but in little shining bits. The sunlight climbs, the city sings, and another day